Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of Get to Know Castor Concepts. My name is Caroline Hurteau, and I'm the Community Liaison. Today, I'm here with Hilary Clark, our shipping coordinator and office assistant. Hi Hilary, how are you today?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Thanks for taking some time out of your very busy schedule to join us for a brief conversation and to have our audience get to know you a little bit better. So you're new to the Castor Concepts team. Can you tell us a little bit about your role and maybe a little bit of your history here in the Albion community?
Yes, so I started at Castor Concepts in December, and previous to that I worked in town for about 8 years, but I'm from Albion originally, born and raised, and so I've only been at Castor's for about 10 months. It'll be a year in December, so I'm excited for that, but it's kind of nice to come back and work for a company that's so involved with my hometown. So
yeah, a little tidbit, Hilary and I actually played soccer together in high school. So when she says born and raised, I can vouch for that. We spent many times together on the soccer field. So it's great to interact with you in a professional setting now that we're
absolutely
grown up, as somebody might say. So tell us a little bit about your role as shipping coordinator and office assistant. What does a typical, if there is a typical day, look like for you?
A typical day is I just kind of start my morning with what's supposed to ship out that day and making sure there's routing. Believe it or not, there's not universal routing for everything we ship out. And then come afternoon, I'm busy labeling all the skids that go out that the guys build. And so I get to interact quite a bit with the guys out in the shop, which I really enjoy. And kind of coordinating with the trucks that come in every day and with the ground shipments. And yeah. So that's kind of, every day is different. Mm-hmm. But I'm also kind of helping out in the office. So when the office manager's not around, and answering phones and coordinating things in there as needed.
Yeah.
And
I mean, one of Castor's primary goals is 100% on-time delivery. In a global pandemic, that's a little challenging, but a goal that we still consistently strive for. So your job is actually really important, making sure that the things that our great team on the floor builds goes out as on time as possible with the right carriers and to the right location so that our customers get what they need on time. So I think you have a pretty pivotal role there, getting things out the door.
Yes, and it was very stressful at first, kind of realizing how important that was and that was kind of on me. And it's one of those positions you can't really train for until you're doing it.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of learning on the job and figuring it out as I go. So 9 months in, 10 months in, I think I finally feel really, really good about what I'm doing and feel comfortable about it. So that's nice.
That's great. You mentioned that you enjoy working for a company that is invested in your hometown. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, what that means to you and why that is important to you?
I don't think it's any secret that Albion in general has kind of had its roller coaster. It's gone down, it's come up, and I know that Castor Concepts and Bill Dobbins in general has done so much to help the community build. And so to see Albion's where it was when I was a kid and watch it grow and then watch it change when I would go to college and come back and it would be different. Mm-hmm. So being able to be part of that and actually help with it too is really nice, especially when it's people I went to school with and it's their kids now that are growing up in the community. It feels good to be part of that and know that we're giving back to it. Mm-hmm. And it's not just a tagline or it's not just a PR thing. It's something that's actually being done and we can see it being done. Yeah. And so that feels good to be part of that.
Yeah, I think as I reflect back on the work that Castor's has done over its almost 35-year history, we've always felt very compelled to do good work in our community and are always working to pull in people that also feel that connection to the organization, because that makes it easier to come to work on the days that it would be nice to stay home, but if you can come to a place that you know cares about you as an individual and your community that you're growing up in or that you grew up in, it makes it a little easier to come to work on the days that are challenging and stressful.
Oh, absolutely. And I can absolutely say that in the 10 months that I've been at Castor's, I've always I've always felt appreciated when I've come there, or that the people there actually cared about me and what I was doing. Even in the first few months, it was very noticeable that I was cared about and appreciated. And so that was really nice, especially as coming from the community.
Yeah.
That was really good to feel.
We love to hear that. So you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary. We certainly hope that there's no plans to leave us anytime soon. So if you think about in the next year, how do you hope to continue to be involved at Casters, and how would you like your role to evolve maybe?
Well, I'm starting to get a little bit more involved with the different companies and learning more about those. I'm always very curious, so I'm always asking the assembly guys about like what different parts do what and why does this mean this, and just kind of getting involved with those different things and having my creative ideas. I'm part of the innovations team that we meet every couple of weeks, and so it's kind of nice to have my ideas heard. Even if we don't implement them, I'm allowed to express them and they're heard, and so that's really nice. So I think just being able to share those ideas and put forth that effort, I'm excited to do more with that. I don't feel stuck where I am. So, and I have no plans of leaving anytime soon.
Great.
So my hope is to continue to build on that and do more.
Well, our innovations team is lucky to have you, and I know you've been a great asset to Casters in the last 10 months, and we're glad that you're part of our team. So thanks for joining us again for another conversation and getting to know Caster Concepts. We'll see you again soon.